Welcome to Wayne's Weird World. Cheers. Trying to keep the little one warm. Little chicken here. It was moving earlier, so hopefully when I take him out later, he'll warmed up, settle down a little bit. Don't know. Now, when you're dealing with your orchids, be on the lookout for this scale. And after removing all the kickies, I had a little bit of a look around. And I'll give them a spray and then a scrub with a toothbrush. The scale tends to hide underneath the sheath. Now, a young plant, young kickie like this with a sheath, you probably won't have scale hiding under it. But it's not a bad idea to check, because when you introduce new orchids to your living room, lounge room, greenhouse, whatever, you might end up introducing a whole bunch of scale. And I just used neem oil, so they're all going to get a good spray anyway, but I'll pot this one up last. I thought that would be a good size, even though it's a little bit awkward, but I think it'll be all right. So I'll put that one aside. It's a good idea to have a selection of small squat pots as well as large ones. Tubes are okay, but they do tend to tip over a little bit. So smaller squat pots are just fine. These all came from the garden shop recycling. Tomatoes, yeah, okay. They all had a good scrub in my my bucket with laundry detergent and a good rinse. This is my own mix. It's got medium pine bark, medium fine pine bark, charcoal, a little bit of perlite, and man fern. Really, really nice. Yep, there's all kinds of chunks in here. It drains really well, but yet holds some moisture, and that's what you want. So when you're potting up your kickies, a lot of people make the mistake and pot them up a bit too deep. And press them down a little bit. Not too harsh. All these little ones, a lot of people will pot up their kickies in sphagnum moss, which I also do. But I've got an abundance of this stuff and quite a few kickies to do, so I'm going to stick with this. It's proved successful before, as in this case, little unnamed kickie that popped off of something. Nice root system on this one. Beautiful spring day. A little bit of overcast, a little bit of cloud. tiny little things. What was in this one? Watermelon! Not anymore. Bamboo. Okay, now we're getting into something a little bit more advanced. Then we'll go on to these big ones. Yep, not too deep. All right, we're getting there. The little ones, slightly larger. Oh, wait a minute. This one's going to have to get twisted in. I try not to bend them. If you're going to have to put them into a larger pot where they're still pretty squeezy, which is good, give them a bit of a twist. And you'll find that they bend around and you're at less risk of breaking off the roots. Because yes, they will break. And if they're poking up a little bit, and if it's got a little green tip like that one, that's good. All right. Well, progress. Kekis. Dendrobium kingianum delicatum cross, apple blossom. And when it flowers, when you've got something of this size, the whole thing is covered in flowers. Well, running out of the small pots. Let's try a few of the tubes. I've got a little one here. We'll try a tube. Now, put it in first. See, that's a bit of man fern. Really, see, you can even see the moisture. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. It holds this moisture really well. And that's why most people put them in pots, because all the ones in my warm room over here that are mounted in the summer, they need watering daily, like sometimes twice a day. And people forget that. And if you're working, if you've got a busy lifestyle, as most people do, to have to water them that often can get to be a bit of a problem. With a longer root system, I actually prefer to lift them so that the roots are stretched out a bit. Now this one is going to tip over. So I'm going to put that one with a clip. And what I do, so I take the bamboo meat skewer, and I'll put a clip on it right about there. Now we're getting into those. That's good. 2 more of those. Those will definitely need stakes of some sort. They're much too top heavy. Once they've developed more of a root system, not a problem. Look at that. You bump it, it's going to fall over. And when you do that, That's when you break off the root system. But this one's really quite long, lovely. Give it a bit of a twist around. You can actually see how they bend around. See that? I'm not sure if you can see that. Just give it a twist around. And then I gradually lift it up so the roots are stretched out a little bit. Yeah, definitely going to need a bamboo stake in this one as well. So I'm just going to put them here, rest them up against the tray so there's less likelihood of toppling over. That's it. That's my kikis. Next off is to take the pot off that one. So, not sure if I'm going to do it this afternoon. All right, Wayne's Weird World. Cheers.